And we begin this news bulletin with some breaking news coming in. The Indian High Commissioner Ajay Bisaria, along with Deputy High Commissioner, will be in Pakistan meeting Imran Khan today. This will be the first high-level formal meeting post-Indian Prime Minister Modi's call to Imran Khan, who is Pakistan PM designate. India is expected to tell Imran Khan about taking action against Pakistan-based terror groups like Lashkar and Jaish. Trade issue also likely to come up during the talks. And the meeting is likely to take place at 4 p.m. local Pakistan time today. This is the breaking news coming in that the Indian High Commissioner Ajay Bisaria, along with Deputy High Commissioner, will meet Imran Khan in Pakistan today. And this is going to be the first high-level formal meeting post-Indian Prime Minister Modi's call to Imran Khan. Remember that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi had congratulated as he made a phone call soon after Imran Khan emerged victorious post-Pakistan elections. And to bring us more details on this news story, I am joined in by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, live from Islamabad. Let me quickly go across to Anas. Anas, a very good morning to you. The latest news is a sign that India will not shy away from engaging with Imran Khan, despite the speculation that he might end up toeing the army line. What is the latest that you can bring to us about this meeting that we can expect?
Absolutely, Akansha. A very good morning to you as well and all the viewers. Let me just break down the details for you. This is the first high-level contact between Pakistan's PM designate and the Indian government, with Imran Khan to take oath next week. The PTI to all set to come into power next week. The Indian High Commissioner Ajay Bisaria, along with the Deputy High Commissioner JP Singh and another officer of the Indian High Commission in Islamabad, Mr. Akhilesh Singh, is to go to Imran Khan's residence at about 4 p.m. local time. That would be 4:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and meet and greet him on his victory. He would also be conveying a formal message of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his greetings as well on Imran Khan's win in Pakistan's 25th July elections that took place about roughly 20 days ago. So it is a significant development that is coming in here. What is to be noted is that the Indian side will be raising terror on their part, the fact that the Lashkar-e-Jhangvi and the Lashkar-e-Taiba and other groups like Jaish-e-Mohammed are openly active along the line of control, along the international border, along the working boundary, and they're being made to infiltrate. The fact that they're all being made to infiltrate from the Pakistani side, the Indian side alleges that it is being done on the base of the Pakistani establishment. So it is a very significant move. What is also has to be kept in mind is the fact that India has been on its redundant stance of talks and terror cannot go hand in hand. But of late, we have seen a lot of statement coming in from the Indian High Commissioner, who had emphasized on this contact, on the fact that there would be some contact between and good contact, good headway between Pakistan and India post-elections. He had said so at at a conclave by a local research policy institute as well last month in June as well. So it is very significant.
Absolutely.
What is also be kept, what also has to be kept in mind is the fact that his emphasis on the trade ties between two countries,
right.
And he had been time and again saying that these trade ties should be revived. Yes, Akansha.
A very important meeting, as you rightly mentioned. It is also going to be the first high-level formal meeting between Imran Khan and the Indian High Commissioner. But coming to a very important issue which features on Imran Khan's agenda, which is Kashmir and the trust deficit that he has constantly been talking about. Also enlighten us what we can expect out of these talks to emerge, and what can we expect from Imran Khan's end to be addressed.
Well, Imran Khan, if you look at the PTI manifesto, Imran Khan has not focused that much on Kashmir. It just mentions Kashmir thrice, just thrice, or twice, that too once in terms of tourism, that is the Pakistani side of Kashmir, that is Azad Kashmir that it refers to, that they'd be giving exploring opportunity, and the other two times, the only times where it actually the word Kashmir is mentioned is under that implementing the UNSC resolutions. So if you look at it at whole in comparison with the Pakistan People's Party manifesto, which has a whole set designated to Kashmir, Imran's Kashmir policy is not that focused. So it will be interesting to see. What also has to be remembered is the fact that the former Pakistani National Security Advisor, in a meeting with the Indian envoy earlier this year in March, he had said that India should try to win the hearts of Kashmiris, like Pakistan won the hearts of Balochs in Balochistan and those Pakhtuns in Swat. So that policy, what we're understanding is that Imran will be doing that policy. Also, what has to be kept in mind is the fact that both the Pakistani military and the civilian side time and again had been reiterating their position for peace with India. We saw statements coming in from as high as the Pakistani army chief himself that was reciprocated and welcomed by the Indian Raksha Mantri, right, that Pakistan wants peace with India. And after that, we saw the Pakistani National Security Committee also saying the same. So considering the fact that if Imran Khan is a puppet that is on the face of it of the military establishment, then it is all in all that the military establishment itself wants peace with India, and it is indeed a very significant and a very welcoming development.